Some people believe that making a really good financial decision is buying a project car when you already have one. But actually it is buying a second one. More financial decisions. This is my 1993 Mazda Miata, and I bought it for $1,000. It's not bad, but it has a couple of issues. Aside from the suspension being unruly stiff. This is so bad. Every time that I decide to hit the gas, there's a heavy delay. It sputters, it idles weird, it bounces up and down, and you guys said that it might be my crank angle sensor. So that's what we're gonna go see if I can fix it. Okay, what's up, Uncle? Hey. This is broken car. Alright guys, so today we are going after the crank angle sensor. So I'm on lines that mine has overheated and is just dealing with heating issues and isn't reading my motor properly, in which case it's pulling spark in ignition and in the injectors in order to, because it doesn't know what's going on with the car. So that's what I'm on lines of. We're going to swap that over to that and see if it works out fine. So there are two ways you can go about doing this. You can, one, take the entire valve cover off, which grants you access to the intake cam, in which case it's right there. Or you can do what a lot of other people do, and two bolts right here, a third bolt, which is the adjuster bolt to help you retard or forward timing, and this is the camshaft position sensor right here, so that'll just pull right off. A lot of times too, Miatas tend to leak oil there because the O-ring gets old. So you might as well take care of that while you're doing this. So it is two 12mm bolts and then one more set in that way. You're going to want to do what's called scribing the metal. That way you know where you last had it. So we're going to scribe it here just so that we remember where to put it back afterwards. Otherwise you're going to change timing and then you're going to have to do more work. So let's do that. Right there. Okay. So you take that off and you will be able to slide this sensor right out. That's the only thing that's holding it on. Okay. Sick. Alright.
That has a lot of oil.
So, this is my, out of my car. This is the camshaft position sensor out of my uncle's car. So, I'm going to slap this one in and hopefully it fixes the problem. Alright guys, so it's been about an hour or two. We've swapped crank angle sensors between both cars, and my issue hasn't changed. Even with timing being correct, because we have score marks on each. I've already put this one back on this car. This car is running the same way it's always been, but my car hasn't changed. So it looks like the crank angle sensor is actually okay. So we're currently fiddling with putting this back in. If you take the crank angle sensor out, or I'm sorry, the cam angle sensor out, and you twist those little dog ears at the end, it doesn't line back up. So getting it back in, you got to fiddle with it quite a bit, unless you take the whole valve cover off and you can see where it is at that point. These two are the next lines of, I'm thinking it's that, so we'll see. Alright guys, prior to me doing this, let me give you a quick rundown on what we're actually doing here. So we first checked our crank angle sensor, which is the main thing that I thought was the issue, and it turns out it's not. But your crank angle sensor, or crank angle sensor, camshaft angle sensor. People use these words interchangeably, and technically, yes, they both do the same thing, just differently. If one monitors your camshaft, then it does know the position of your crankshaft, just because they're connected by a chain. But I'm going to use these interchangeably, so don't roast me in the comments. But your camshaft angle sensor, I originally thought that's what the issue was, because when the car is cold, it's fine. But the second it gets warmed up, that starts to read wrong. So when I'm putting in throttle, it would kill it off. So it would shut off spark and fuel, and that's what I thought was going on. So we swapped one off that Miata, make sure timing was correct. Use a timing light to double check, and that didn't work. So then I switched mass airflow sensors just to see. I already know that this was swapped by one of the shops that were working on this car, trying to figure it out. So that was good. Spark plugs and wires and coil packs swapped. Good. So the last thing, and it's the actual thing that I'm on lines of trying to figure out, is the throttle position sensor and throttle body and idle air control valve might be the problem. So in order to do that, you take this hose off, you take this hose and accessory hoses off, and that will let you remove this whole section piece. You would want to split these into two. That way you can actually fiddle this out without fighting it too much, and that's how you'll access the throttle body. So we're going to go ahead and do that by taking all this stuff off, and when you actually want to remove the throttle body, remove your throttle cable too. So why don't we get started on that. My throttle body is out. I've already taken this out once to clean the throttle body. I've pulled the idle air control valve out before, sprayed it down. I'm gonna open or close. So all we're gonna do is face it down and then shoot the cleaner through both of these valves, and it should clean them out no problem. But this is what we're working with. So we're gonna swap. Alright guys, moment of truth. My hands are dirty as hell. Everything is buttoned up back on the Miata. So that is the throttle body, entire throttle body with the IACV from that car. And as we saw, this one runs perfectly fine. So if I put all this stuff in and nothing changes, I'm going to be like... So, we're going to see how this goes. Here you go, Dad.
No, man. Yeah, that was it.
That definitely helped, but I'm not sure what's wrong here. Nope. No, it didn't make it worse. It's the same. Nothing's changed. Guys, so, was the problem fixed? No, it wasn't. But, did have a good time working on the car. Not really. Definitely. This car runs exactly the same as it did before. It idles a little bit lower, just because both throttle bodies were slightly different. So nothing changed. We did the crank angle sensor, we did the airflow meter, and we've done the throttle body and idle air control valve, and nothing's changed. So swapped from the previous owner, but you know that's changed up and nothing's changed. And then the throttle body, we thought fixed it. My throttle response was heightened at first, but then it wasn't. So right. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. One of you guys in the comments said bleed your coolant system, and I'm like, I don't see how that fixes the problem, but sure, I'll give it a shot. My battery's dead. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you didn't, I'm sorry, and subscribe for more. And comment what you think is the problem, and please, I just want this car to run right. Anyway, bye!